calendar, boys.
This is an important broadcast from 100 leagues under the sea. We've come in contact with an enemy vessel, and we're not sure if we're going to be able to fight it out, but we're going to do our darndest. Zeb, we're surrounded on all sides by enemy submarines. They're sending out evil alert signals, playing Yellow Submarine by the Beatles.
Evil alert signals?
Evil alert signals.
Beware. Safety
like,
caution.
Evil.
Evil slippery when wet floor signs.
If you haven't put it together yet, it is, and this is a day a lot of people know about. It's April 11th. Yeah. It's Submarine Day. With
Christmas.
We're going to go for a bit of a deep dive into these bad underwater boats that no one likes, and they're big and hard, and no one knows what's in there.
Who knows? They're like those crackers, and then party hats come out.
Yeah, like what are we even seeing here? Like we got, you can't see this, Zeb, but I'm pointing at the visual as best I can. One day we'll figure out a solution with like screen share, but like that's the wrong way. What's even in there? Not like just a bunch of boys. How do they get in there?
Probably.
Where's the front door? And what do they eat? Do they eat just like canned beans or something constantly?
Man.
You reckon? You reckon they just eat like...
Yeah, I reckon they just eat beans. Probably. Maybe good. Like, I mean, canned beans, not necessarily bad. They're not the best beans, but they're not necessarily the worst beans. I don't know.
Some Bines instead of Heinz. Genuine Grimes beans.
Man, I relate a lot to the Submarine life right now. So much beans.
This is from daysoftheyear.com. How low can you go? How low can you go? It's very poetic. When it comes to Submarine Day, we imagine it's pretty low. Believe it or not, the first recorded submersible was built by Cornelius Drebbel in 1620 for James I of England. Although why anyone would want to plunge beneath the surface of a 17th century Thames is beyond us. Thames? British Thames? I don't know. So the original James, the first one, you might have heard of him from England. 1620.
Yeah. Blaze it.
Not like there's a lot of new James now. Like so many that you can't really count them. Back then in England, I guess there was only a couple different people with different names, so it's like you could just number yourselves. It was an easy system. But the original James wanted to just get underneath that water for some reason. He knew there was secrets down there.
And they kept them.
Yeah. And
we don't know what's down there.
To this day, we don't know what's down there. April 11.
Water.
1900, however, is when the American government purchased its first commissioned submarine, the USS Holland. It was the United States' first commissioned submarine. Why did that repeat? Named for her Irish-American inventor, John Philip Holland, although not the first submarine of the U.S. Navy, which was the 1862 Alligator. The boat was originally laid down as Holland 6 and launched. This is all very convoluted historical information that is completely irrelevant to the point today, which is we're going deep on submarines. We're finding out the facts about these bad, big boats that no one likes, and they're just under there. No one knows where they are. They could be anywhere.
Apparently, a submarine are capable of diving to depths of up to 2,000 feet. And cross depth estimates run from 2,400 to 3,000 feet. What a feat? How long a feat?
I don't know. I've never seen a submarine, though. And I've been to the beach a lot. I grew up in a beach town, near a beach town. And I went there once a week at least, and I never saw a submarine. There was a rock that we called the Submarine.
There are those rusted out, like, submarine-y looking shells in my town. But I think they're torpedoes, which are still there? I don't know. They come from submarines. It's like a submarines just fire out tiny submarines.
Yeah.
With bombs in them. I guess that's what a torpedo is.
So today's submarines are much more sophisticated than the oar-powered contraption that it originally was. And they're mainly just a military thing. No one really uses them for much else. It's either military or it's James Cameron who needs to see what's under there.
I assume most deep ocean research is pioneered by James Cameron.
Yeah, I assume he does most of it.
He's like, I want to make a movie, and they were like, money, and he's just like, just went on a one-man submarine cruise, and then came out and went, also here's a boat.
Yeah, I like to think that before he invented the submarine, James Cameron, I like to think that he just kept trying to swim down there because he knew the boat was down there, but he couldn't prove it. No one would listen to him. And he just kept trying to swim down there himself, and he couldn't do it, so he had to enlist his science friends.
You reckon it started with, like, you know that thing when, like, you try to, like, let's see if I can touch the bottom, and you just go, boop, 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 boop. He did that, and he kept going further and further out to sea, and then he touched the Titanic, but, like...
It felt slimy, probably.
It's like, I can't film this, because it's really dark down here. I need some contraptions. The submarine to do this.
Yeah, and so he called his friends in the army, and he reminded them of the favor that they owed him for saving the United States of America in the 1900s
from the blue aliens,
from Indiana Jones. So today, submarines take many forms. We can think about the ingenuity and majesty of the mighty submarine itself. We can celebrate its place in the modern world. But we can imagine what they'll be like in 100 years' time. But most importantly, we can take a moment to think about those lost at sea over the years and pay tribute to the courage of those who are beneath the ocean waves at this exact moment in time.
Yeah.
Ending, as submarines are, on a low note. You know?
Deep. This is deep.
What happens to the captain when a submarine sinks? Do they go down? Or is when a submarine is like, does it, okay, if a submarine breaks, does it sink or float? It's the real question.
Probably sinks. If it was water.
Probably.
Like if I don't know. It's a mystery. I guess someday, hopefully, we'll figure that out.
Someday we'll know, and we'll be able to prevent all these submarines.
The submarines of tomorrow may know.
But what do you think the submarine of the future is?
I assume it's like kind of like a car. You can just have one. You just hop in it, and you hop in your pod and just go, I was going to go for a cruise down to Atlantis. I mean, a whole lot of the world's going to be underwater, so we're going to need that technology.
Yeah.
Call an Uber. An Uber actually, like a scuba. Call a scuba.
Yeah, I was trying to crack that in my head. I couldn't get to it.
We did. We got there in the end.
We did it. Yeah, thank God. So what was the other thing I was thinking about? Oh, on the Titanic, there was a good post the other day I saw, which is probably really old. It was just like a screen cap from like Tumblr or something, talking about how
we're back from the times of the Titanic.
No, yeah, probably it was posted around the times of the Titanic.
From a scroll,
so
a scroll
old.
Tumblr post.
Yeah, it was like Jack yelled, "I'm at the top of the world." from sea level on the Titanic, which is the lowest point you can get.
Well,
Yeah.
what a dummy.
Major fail, you know?
Man, did he do anything right? That guy? What did he? Was he? Did he draw? He did that, I guess.
Yeah.
I really love that meme, which is just like it does it, but then it's like a stick figure.
Yeah.
It's like here's what I drew. That was a good meme.
Yeah, it was a good meme like 15 years ago.
It's a
Still a
sub
solid
meme
one,
meme.
you know?
Subra memes.
All right, that's going to wrap us up for Submarine Day. I think we've dove deep enough. It's before we, whatever happens, like you adapt to the pressure down here, then you can never return to the surface. Before that happens, we're going to rise vertically, return to the surface.
Out of here.
Out of here.
Yep, and we all will. Let's all rise.
All right, Zeb's gone.
Yep.
All right, I have to go now. My planet needs me.